Welcome everyone, Christine here with a campaign video on Grimgor Ironhide on Legendary difficulty, very hard battle difficulty, neutral AI stats, on how to capture Zharr-Naggrund relatively early, within the first 10, 12, 15 turns or so. It will depend on a number of factors over here, but you can do it pretty quickly and secure yourself a very strong recruitment base that you can use against AI. So first off, you're going to want to get the Fighter's Pit. This will allow you to recruit big guns and orc archers, both of which you will want. The other thing you gotta ask yourself in this campaign is what kind of hero do you want? Because you can get either a shaman, or you can get a giant river troll hag, or you can get the squid cages for the night goblin big boss, who gives you campaign movement range. My personal recommendation, go for the replenishment. It might take longer to acquire it, but once you do acquire it, you'll be pretty solid. Or you could decide to go for the squigs, but keep in mind that the Mangler squigs are not necessarily going to be the best option over here. And another thing I will also point out is that Grimgor can get free Black Orc big bosses on turn 1. I probably recommend starting this campaign until you get the Mushroom Addicted, or play another campaign and get the Mushroom Addicted one, because it can be useful later on in campaign. For your Lord, and you should recruit a Lord on turn 1, go for Savage or Shaman, Great Shaman. But take Gorger Rock, then recruit the heroes, then recruit the Lord. So over here on turn 2, what you want to do, and by the way, you can easily minimize casualties against ogres without a problem, but what you want to do on turn 2 right here is obviously get all your heroes, get the shaman right here. They don't necessarily want to attack with the shaman, you want to attack with Grimgor, though it kind of depends really. But you do want to keep the recruitment going, so make sure your heroes are being sent into the army, go for the camp, take this entire province in a couple of turns right here, while constantly recruiting units along the way right here, so that you can become even more powerful. In this case though, I think I would actually attack with the shaman, just so that Grimgor can do maybe some recruitment or attack with Grimgor, though keep in mind the downside of that would be, like, there's pros and cons with this approach. You could also recruit another Lord right here to just, you know, give yourself an advantage. A Night Goblin War Boss might be useful. There is also the possibility, I think, there might be the possibility, I don't know. Yeah, Big Bully is pretty solid as a choice, so get another one right here. And you can also recruit Ogre Mercenaries, specifically from the camp right here, because that's the faction Kolic starts a war with, so you can take advantage of that. Money may be an issue, but yeah, make sure you fight these battles manually, by the way, because you will take, you know, if we look at this, you might take more damage than you'd want. That's not really substantial, but the settlements are pretty much a substantial casualty situation. But yeah, take the settlement, keep getting these buildings, start recruiting big guns. Interesting little tidbit about diplomacy. You can engage in a bit of diplomacy right here with these greenskin factions, and you might be even able to confederate this one faction right here for your own benefit. So if we say, you know, get a military alliance with these guys, could be useful, and we even confederate them. Just worth saying, can work. And then we can do some other things as well, which is go to Tretch right here, sell him the Darkhold, and get him in a war with, though you might have to wait a bit right there until Tretch is in a better position as a character. But yeah, get some money. That's one of the things, because you want money, you want to recruit locally, globally, you name it. Drazov just took this settlement, and I can tell you one thing for a fact, it will take him 2 turns at least. Well, it will take him 1 turn here, and then another turn here to get into position. So maybe global recruitment is not really a viable path, but you can kind of make it work, kind of. Anyway, I don't think it's worth recruiting Goblin Archers, you don't need them here. Okay, so over here at Carrick Vrag, you can just, yeah, auto-resolve it, and loot and occupy it. You kind of want the rebellion to spawn. You do want the rebellion to spawn, actually, so get on with it, basically. Now, why do you want the rebellion to spawn? You want to get Grimgor to level 7. Ooh, that's a nice one. Let me just save that little character right there. And now we can get rid of this troll building, do some repairs, get some more stuff over there, and also do some recruitment with Grimgor. The nice thing about these guys is you can get padded shields on these guys. Now you can get them on Orc Boys as well, but I would recommend getting it on these guys because you are going to be dealing with some large units, so I'd probably spend some of the scrap you are going to get in this campaign on just upgrading as many units as you possibly can, right? So it's not strictly necessary to get, you know, all the upgrades, but some of these things, you know, upgrading these fellows would be very, very useful. But yeah, you might even want to, like, that's gonna spark the rebellion. So deal with the rebellion, then you'll get Grimgor's quest battles. For the shaman over here, you want a couple of skills, but one of the things you kind of want is the Fist of Gork. This will give you melee defense and melee attack, but it's really the melee defense that's kind of the important factor here. But get rid of the structure and either get a regular shaman if you want to, or you can get the hero for campaign movement range. Though I probably argue that getting the shaman is more useful because you can actually level the shaman up. Like, the reason I went for the Giant River Troll Hag is it's, you know, it's more important to get a replenishment as quickly as possible, especially before the quest battle. Okay, so after getting rank 7, I was able to fight Grimgor's quest battle. I got some levels, not quite as much as I wanted, and I've been recruiting with the money I gained from the Gitsin quest battle. I've been recruiting a lot of different things. So now, money is becoming an issue, to be sure. But it's not necessarily a critical issue right now, yet. I mean, it is very close to it, but there's various ways to skin this cat, right? You can declare war on different factions you gained vision with. This is one of the reasons you want to kind of confederate the faction, or get rank 7 and get some vision. You know, Barrackvar, all that kind of stuff, right? Declare war on some greenskins, then maybe get a peace deal, like go with the Red Fangs for Karak-Azul, then get peace deals with these factions. You can even declare war on the factions that they're at war with, so, you know, let's not declare war on Queek, for instance, just yet. But Karak-Azul, yeah, who cares, more or less. And we can even go further right here and actually just move our guys over here. The armies we have here should be sufficient for the task, but you always kind of want to stack the deck in your favor. We are about to make a load of money right here with what we're going to do. So you can try and set up an ambush on them. Chances are it will fail because they have a good way of detecting that. You can try and lure them out of the city and fight them one at a time. That might work, or fight both of them on a field. That's pretty difficult. I can win that battle, but I'm not making this video for myself, right? Also, you have, you know, cafe and caravans showing up, being a easy target practice for free money, maybe. Or not necessarily free money in this case, because I don't have the troops, but we can declare war on certain factions and get some of that money that they have. Okay. So right here, let's see if these guys can auto-resolve. No. Well, maybe I could, but not in this context, right? Well, if I fought it manually. Besides, it doesn't matter. So, here's what you do. You move your guys right here. You take your armies. And you pay attention. Look at the movement range. What's the movement range here? You want to be just outside of it once the turn is over. So we declare the war on these guys. We auto-resolve this. We sack it. Yes, it's not necessarily great if you have to do this. But again, if Gorf the Cruel comes here, that's actually a good freaking thing, by the way. Like, if he decides to attack us in this situation, that's amazing. He may not. But the important thing is we've gotten some solid money, we can recruit more stuff, get more stuff, put everything in order over here. This is the safest path. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best path, but it is pretty damn safe. Anyway, so like, let's get the Manglers quick building. I personally would go for a direct assault on Zharr-Naggrund or try an ambush, and if that failed, you know, fight the battle, right? But you want the safe path. This is the way you do it. Or you go from the north. The longer path is to go for Astragoth. You don't need to take Zharr-Naggrund this quickly, necessarily. Okay, forget that. So let's see if they attack. Well, they're not gonna even do anything, huh? Okay. Well, I know how to lure the cat, so to speak.
The boys are pleased. No, run now.
I need an ambush, but the problem is... Well, we can take the damage on one of these guys. So yeah, I'm not necessarily gonna do it by turn 11 here, as a, like... You know, sometimes you misplan a bit. Don't anticipate how things are gonna play out. But yeah, we just want to get Gorf the Cruel to come here for this element. Like, ideally, you just want to give him the space needed to feel he's not going to be under threat. And there we go. And that's, like, you might say, oh, but that's a difficult arm. Trust me, attacking Zharr-Naggrund directly is a much, much, much harder battle.
This is my land. I like it. You go.
So what you do here with this situation is you bring your armies right here. Hell, you can even auto-resolve this on Legendary. That should give you a freaking idea of what we're dealing with. I would not recommend auto-resolving this. It might be, let's take a look. No, it's a field battle. Okay. The biggest priority to deal with in this battle are the Hell Cannons. I'm not going to go over the battles. I'm just going to explain them. But the simple thing is deal with the Hell Cannons and make sure that the Infernal Guard don't get the flexibility to fire on your units. Or, in this case, honestly, I think the auto-resolve is actually fucking worth it, so yeah, we're gonna go with that. I mean, I lose only one Ogre unit and gain a lot of freaking money, so I would damn well say that's worth it. Sometimes, yeah. There's an auto-resolve mod that I have enabled here, by the way, boys and girls, so just pointing that out. And now we can make our life a bit easier because we can recruit that one and get rid of these guys and get that one. Actually, get all of these points. So we got ourselves a good amount of units. We can even go further. Oh boy, do we get further. Like, this is one of the things about Grimgor. So yeah, I didn't quite do it on turn 11 right here. You can do it on turn 11. But it would require fighting Zharr-Naggrund's armies on the field, both of them at the same time, or hoping an ambush that may or may not work. You want to flip the coin there? I can tell you it's not a great chance with regards to that. There are ways to increase your ambush success chance, but yeah. So anyway, get Brain Buster over here. You know, just level up all these guys. And as for the siege itself, well, the victory to the siege simply requires you, get Spirit Leech. One of the things that's really nice to have against cast dwarves is this one, because it will help a lot. Don't go in expecting that you're gonna break their leadership, though. Just worth saying that. So what do we do about the other army? Well, there are ways to deal with that, too. In due time. So over here, I could have set up another ambush. I could also attack Zharr-Naggrund directly. I'm just gonna be a bit lazy in this one, because, yeah, that's a half an hour battle, by the way. Just gonna point out. Like, it's winnable. There's not really that many chances that you do lose it, but it is not exactly the pinnacle of Total War gameplay. It is 2 stacks of troops, so be aware of that when you're going in that. I did force march. The smarter thing would have been to, in this case, it would have been to set up an ambush with one of the armies, because Syra would have probably taken that bait as well. It's just kind of worth saying. Like, it's doable. But here, like, once you eliminate one of the armies and you're in this kind of position, you're kind of set. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's like, done. Because it's like, you might take a while to win. Your economy might start collapsing. Or maybe not. You know, maybe if I just bring enough freaking troops over here, that might be enough to prevail. Or it's just gonna keep giving me the alien defeats because it is a massive fucking army.
I'll crush them all.
Who knows?
You go. We'll make it fun.
Yep, keep alien defeats.
Don't glance it this way. What's that?
That's not really a problem.
Me and the lads gossip.
Nor is the money nor is the financial situation really a problem. Yeah, Kolik will surrender because Kolik's got other shit on his fucking plate. Oh, you can't afford to maintain these armies. Watch me.
Hey? Too scared.
Hello,
to
Iron
face
Claw.
me proper? Deal.
That's a little amount of money.
You dare.
But the top notes do deliver.
Ha! You said better be.
This is a bit slower than I would have done it. Again, yeah, I'm quite serious. I would have taken it by now, but either, as I said, either luck with the auto resolve or
This is my land.
let's see. Yeah, so you just wait a bit. You can avoid this battle. There's, as long as you don't run out of money, what do you care, more or less? Like, even if you have to declare these wars and all that, doesn't matter. Or the faster way is always available. If you think you can fight 2 stacks of endgame Chaos Dwarf units, that's, you know, on you. And there's your victory. It's not the cleanest victory, but I don't care about these units. Just a bit of attrition. Turn 14. Again, not fastest, but one of the reasons you would want to do this, though, as opposed to, you know, just fucking fighting the battle manually, which, by the way, I could have. You're gonna save before this, and while it won't necessarily change the result, you can potentially get this as a tier 5 settlement, which would give you access to this. So there's that. I mean, we got this. That's a good amount of money. So our economic problems are just gonna freaking vanish. We lost troops. Who gives a shit? They're disposable. Irrelevant. Get this settlement to tier 3, get the big fort, you've won the campaign. In 14 turns. Could have done it in 11. But if this is the safer way, more or less. Like, what you saw over here is, yeah, legendary, very hard. And I did make a couple of mistakes that did cost me 1-2 turns, so I think even turn 11. Like, if I had marched here faster, I did attempt this several times with the ambush tactic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I was not satisfied with the randomness of it. So I did load up a save, but I kind of had positioned myself to go, for the ambush tactic. So if you go over here directly right for this territory while having an army to recruit right here, then using the underway, you can save some time. So it is doable on turn 10, 11, even faster. Various ways, but this is a good result. Cosine signing out.